Okay, so something's culminating for you. Okay. And it could have to do with a relationship, a lot of chaos, discomfort, difficulty, whether it was, some difficulty, I guess. The chariot wants you to know that you can really steer and lead your own chariot. This is about the sun in Cancer kind of energy, which is, you can always, the chariot, the Cancerian always will set out to bring food home to her family. No matter what has to be done, she'll lead the way. You have moon energy, so something is culminating, and we do have an eclipse coming in Taurus for you. So this is like your 5th and 6th house. So something is coming through, culminating a love or some energy that's been very chaotic. It could be maybe a separation or a divorce coming through here. You will land in a better position. You come through the chaos maybe, and you find that you can definitely steer your own chariot. You can do whatever you need. Some of the thick, muddy waters have come to pass, and you're able to really go forward. So you're feeling some heartbreak, some pain, some sadness. And I get that, right? But you have to balance that out, right? But the healing has kind of begun, because you're coming into November with riding that chariot. Like, it's black and white. There's no gray in the middle. You're a force to be reckoned with this month. So if things have slowed down, or you feel like things have been just stagnating or really trudging through the mud, you're going to find that you're able to balance. These moons could be big, and they could be difficult energy to kind of get your own senses and psyche into the game. Don't let the moon overtake you, because the moon is very powerful. It's very magical, and it's filled with a lot of hidden things that want to come out and through, so it can be seen, right? So that you can feel it. But you do have the 3 of Swords. So you're healing some sadness, but yet you're balancing it. You're doing the work. You're identifying with how you need to balance for your own support, your own motivation, your own determination. Yeah, so you're doing a lot of that for this month. But how do you take care of yourself? How do you nourish and support your own inner child? There's a lot within you psychically that wants to hold some space, and the realm wants you to know that they want you to hold that space within, to know that you're setting out on a new voyage out of the chaos, out of the hurt, and you have to balance some of that so you can go forward. Look at this, the 10 of Cups. Okay, so this is about maybe some family situation, legacy, could be monetary, could be inheritances, could be any forms of other people's money that wants to kind of come through. Good food, good wine, good company. I mean, I'm sorry, that's the 9 of Cups. I thought it was the 10. But yeah, that is about, meeting new people, networking, just feeling free and be able to sail and into your future and not feel so much pain and discomfort. So that's very nice. Okay, so you might be disappointed in maybe the King of Swords here. There might be some disappointment and hurt. Maybe there's someone there that has disappointed you in love or a commitment. However, I see you it's not going to hold you back for long. And then the 3 of Cups. So there's something to celebrate for you in the month of November, Capricorn. Something that wasn't easy, something that was difficult, something that, needs to be celebrated. Let's take a sip of water. But there's celebrations, there's gatherings, there's support, there's sisters, aunts, cousins, relatives, friendships, right? So this is getting out, being social, enjoying finding out that you don't have to be sad and in the rut, right? I don't know this King of Swords. I mean, some disappointment. Now, the King of Swords, in a general reading, I mean, can be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius energy. However, he's very focused. He's very knowledgeable. He could be very kind of stable, but yet, I don't know, kind of a little bit, I don't know, all in his head or something. A little heady. But either way, I feel like this King of Swords is disappointing you a little bit, and you got to balance out that energy. But the Moon, the Chariot, you also have the Justice card here. So, I mean, there's legal justice, there's karmic justice, but you're really, work this month for you. Work on your inner self, work on some meditation, some holding that space, really letting the part of you within out to be wild and free and kind of just ready to steer your own ship. You know, it's time for you to really, the changes have been made. Don't hold on too tight. You've been through the worst, but look at this. You're ready to really shine. Your future goals and dreams. This is about the Sun in Aquarius. So whatever's taking place now that you're feeling a lot of this eclipsed energy, something's eclipsing out and something is going to be eclipsed in. So you've already had your tower, your upheaval, everything went the wrong way, but you're on the up and up here. Pluto's starting to move forward through Capricorn, which for you could be your first house, your second house. This has to do with the worst of money, financial situations, the things you value and love. It's the worst is over. This is blessed energy, right? And you see her, she's naked. She's pouring water from cup to cup from this kind of enchanted lake. The moon is bright. That's a full star right there. You know, it's like making a wish on the star, right? Beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, so that's kind of cool for November. You're getting there and you're going to become more social and outgoing and not be so stuck in a rut. You're starting to do things and move forward, right? And if there's any, I don't see any money cards here, and I see some disappointment within love, but yet I feel this overwhelming sense of this celebrating and abundances, and you really know how to work your relationships, even with hardships that you've been through, even with Pluto doing his dirty work through, you know, through your sign. But, you know, that Phoenix wants to rise, and, you know, there should be something culminating huge for you in November. You know, I just feel that in these cards anyway. It's something wants to come through and have you be done with it and just let it go and work your magic in kind of the other way forward, right? I know we can get stuck in grief and healing and some sadness. So we're going to take these out. The Three of Cups coming in December. So there's coming into December, you're going to celebrate. Again, that we ended with that card down here. So yeah, I mean, there's more of that wants to come through. Got the King of Swords again. And we got, look at this. I just shuffled these out. Okay, so you have some hardship with the King of Swords. Now, but yet there's something to be celebrated. Okay, let's see what else wants to come through here. Again, the Ten of Coins. Page of Cups. New vision for you in the future. And the King of Wands. Okay, so we get a couple kings here coming through for Capricorn. Okay. Okay, yeah, there's definitely a closing situation that wants to come through. Some of you might be ending a marriage. Some of you might be feeling the culminating ending. I feel like this King of Swords is coming through. He's coming through like in the upright. However, it's holding it open for you to have a new vision. There's something culminating. There's something dying off. There's something that just wants to have the, you know, Mota just ended, right? So it can be over. You can get back to your past self. Maybe you're taking a walk through this month of December, kind of reminiscing, thinking back to maybe this life, this family, this legacy that you found sadness with, but yet then again, you're healing it and you have a new vision for your future. Now, there is a King of Wands here. So for those of you in love, there is other energy or other relationships that want to come through. I feel like you're going to be kind of choosing as you go forward, as there might be some suitors this month for those of you who are looking for love, not those of you who are like married and together, but for some of you who are not, this is definitely moving on and celebrating. You could be celebrating socially with other women, just enjoying, raising glass to some celebrations, some parties, some different things. And you find that it's very healing to you to be out and about. I feel though, right here though, that, whatever this culmination ending, and for any of you who are divorcing and that you're reminiscing and thinking about the past, you come out okay here, as far as finances, money, name, your legacy, that looks secure. But there's another man down here, and there could be someone else you're thinking about, and you're choosing between some partnership, or there might be new love coming in for you. So it looks like that you are bringing through new visions, new ways to be. So the guidance for you, even for November with the medicine mother, the druid, you have work to do in November to get to this point in December. And I will take a clarifier on, oops, sorry about that. Yikes. On the, I want to take a clarifier on the Three of Swords, because I feel like you're bringing that back in and out. And I know it's probably not the easiest. And for some of you, not all of you, but this could be maybe loss of someone who's passed on or passed away. Let's take a clarifier for the Three of Swords. Yeah, this is the intuition, the psychicness, the premonition. Okay, so you have your own psychic senses. The high priestess is the high priestess for a reason. So she's either guiding you, helping you. She could be a spiritual advisor. She could be a therapist. There could be somebody that you're going through, but inside of you, you have all the premonition that you need. You have your own abilities, your own psychicness, your own channeled way of bringing through situations. So hold the power, right? I mean, hold that piece of empowerment for you for the whole month of December. Yeah, so that looks okay for you. It's looking bright and it's looking shiny. And I think you're going to definitely be looking through pictures and old albums and things like that bring you back to a time maybe when things were a little bit easier. But I think you're going to celebrate and move ahead and, look towards that, the closing of what's needed, right? The closing of what's needed for you to move forward. And you know what I just noticed in this card? That is like an offering to the Virgin Mother to me. That white rose is just beautiful. It's pure. It's just beautiful. Okay. So yeah, that's what's coming through for you, Cap. So all good. And you'll maneuver and do okay through these next couple months. I hope you enjoy all the good holidays. I am offering on my website, angelicinspiration.net, a yearly read. I'm going to introduce a yearly read this year. You can go on my website if you'd like to purchase that reading, and that's a 12-month card reading with Oracle, Angelic Realm guidance, and probably my pendulum as well.